Nerd people. Joel Benjamin 528 here, aka Big Money Benjamin. Salute to my international audience. Salute to the domestic audience as well, my Rumble audience and my YouTube audience. I have a very quick, not so quick, but quick enough live stream for you today. With everything that's going on right now out here in the market, I'm going to play a video for you at first. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because everybody's worried about this China and America tariff war going on. Instagram. Let me go to my gram. Let me go to my gram page. Okay, so you know my page is Joel Benjamin 528 on Instagram. I should have a video on here. No, I know I have a video on here where I showed the gold and silver being bought in China, where you just go take your gold or your silver. Now, I did shows on this once again, telling y'all, get the Crypto Pro Life. There's stuff on there you need. There's stuff that they telling you to get. And then when you go do the research, you get to find out how it's meshed, how it's merged in. You see the title of the video. I'm going to put the runner across for you. Let me edit this up. There we go. You all don't realize you could be looking at more than a $10,000 XRP, a $10,000 Ethereum, and at least a $10,000 silver. Now, keep this in mind. If you're looking at a $10,000 silver, then what are you looking at for gold? And it might be a possibility that silver could very well catch up to the exact spot as gold. Now, a lot of people think this is far-fetched, especially when I speak about Ethereum. And Ethereum is going up right now. You have to ask yourself, well, this is what I ask myself. Do people follow the blockchain? Do anybody pay attention to the blockchain? Some people deal with crypto, but do they deal with the blockchain? Do anybody follow the countries that are buying up all the gold and silver? Do anybody follow any of the companies that's buying up the gold and silver? Do anybody care? Has anybody even invested? See, these are the questions that need to be asked. Let me share my screen. As always, so you can see what I see. Looks like I'm a little bit rusty here. There we go. Presentation. Insta-greasy. There we go. Now I'm going to give you some facts and some data. Yada, yada, yada. Hopefully you could see my screen pretty good. Oh, let me take off this Cash App sign there. There we go. Let's go, people. So we're going to scroll down, and everybody know I put all types of crazy stuff up on my Instagram, but I really feel it's stuff that you need to know and see and learn what's going on out here into the world.
我选的东西基本上是对下一步了，对下一步。
Let's show that again. For some reason. So y'all see what y'all looking at right there. That's a machine that allows you in China, that allows you to put your gold or silver jewelry in there, and it transfer the funds to your bank account. I don't know why the video is freezing. Oh my gosh. You cannot make this shit up. This is the ills of going live. Okay, you see, so it's showing the amount total, and it's showing how good the gold is or whatever precious metals that you put in there, and the value goes up through the roof. All right, now the fact that this is even a thing. Remember in 2018, me and brother with Divine was telling y'all, stock up on gold and silver. And again, come 2020, I kept ringing it in your head. Get yourself some gold and silver, particularly silver. Then I did a next live slew of live streams in 2024, letting you know you need to stock up on silver, because in order for AI to function properly and go through the proper channels that it needs to go through, you need silver. For the solar panels, even the United States, not just the United States, but all nations and their weaponry. We already know JP Morgan Chase been highly manipulating the precious metals market. They got caught, and silver in particular. And we already know the two brothers that was manipulating the silver market, yada, yada, yada. So now that you're quickly caught up, I gave you a brief rough draft history. JP Morgan had one of the biggest fines ever for manipulating the precious metals market, especially silver. But JP Morgan Chase is also one of the biggest institutions in America stocking up on silver. Now, this is where Ethereum and XRP start coming into play. As much as I say I don't rock with Ethereum, I don't care for Ethereum as much, I am not stupid to not know that it would be wise to get Ethereum. For the longest, the price of Ethereum been going down, but if you follow the blockchain, all the whales are buying up the Ethereum. Constantly buying up the Ethereum. But then I'm looking and I'm seeing, where are these whales coming from? A lot is in America, but a lot of them are from the UK and China. Then I look and I see, wait a minute, where's the majority of silver being bought up and suppressed? UK and China. Particularly the UK holding back the silver price and the United States. But now that Trump is in there, they're trying to boost it up. It's reported that we will have our dollar, or should I say rumored, it's really not a rumor, but they're pushing for the United States currency to go back on the silver and gold standard. That's right. They have stopped making a bunch of silver coins in the mint. I told y'all it would happen, and it's finally happening. To the point where they had to make the silver coins in advance. Now, anybody in advance for 2025, excuse me. They had to make the silver coins in advance for 2025. Anybody who had gotten the at cost metal, and I'm going to put the link up here for y'all, where y'all could get into at cost metals. So, funny story. This is why I push at cost metals, yes. And I push them very hard. And this is the reason why I say I push them very hard. Quick story time. It have a good friend of mine's decided they needed to sell their gold and silver, particularly silver. My friend been collecting it for a very long time. And this friend said, listen, I need to pay the mortgage. I need to do what I need to do for the house. Sold their silver and gold. And they were expecting a hell of a lot of money for it. They went through AmpMex because AmpMex was like, yeah, we'll buy it back from you. They felt like they got robbed at gunpoint. That's how bad it was. Okay. This is the link for atcostmetals.com. When I tell y'all become a member, for those people who have Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, gold, and silver, I'm just sticking with those main three. XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Listen to me carefully. If you think you are going to easily offload your XRP, your Ethereum, or Bitcoin when the price goes up, you are sadly mistaken. It will not be easy for you. The same way how they outlawed gold and wanted people to turn in their gold for certain dollars and gave them a little bit of money while the government, the US government, accumulated all the gold. So we know they've been accumulating enough silver. There's practically no more silver eagles being minted. Now, what are the silver eagles? Remember, 2024, I told you about these from At Cost Metals, right? These are 2024. All of a sudden, I noticed, mind you, they get this from their mints. All of a sudden, I noticed they started sending me the 2022, which cost more, because they were not able to fulfill the orders of the 2024, and they made the 2025, okay, the 2025, which they're now starting to distribute to the people. And mind you, this is the numismatic MS70s, by the way. Okay, higher quality, higher price. But then I have a friend of mine's, another friend of mine's, and she happened to get one that cost even way more money. And this was the deer. I think it's a Canadian deer, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Canadian silver coin with the deer. And I'm like, whoa. She have the little app. She checks and it shows you the value of the coin. And it was way more than what she paid for. They ran out of the particular coin to give her. Same way how they ran out and started giving me the 2022s, which I was not complaining about, I was very much happy. Okay. Very much happy. But they are running out of major stocks of this stuff. So if you think you have XRP, you don't know the actual cryptos. When come time and the system implement, you won't know how to sell it off, what you're going to have to do, what other cryptos you're going to need that complements that. Also with Ethereum, I've been told you Ethereum had no choice to join with XRP, and quite frankly, it seemed like the XRP ledger had no choice but to join with Ethereum. They are going to tokenize, or should I say already started to tokenize, silver and gold and all other precious metals. I showed you that live stream before. Now it is getting very serious. China have been telling their people and India to buy silver, buy silver, buy silver. Now that Trump is in office, now America is saying buy silver. Well, JP Morgan Chase is a huge Ethereum whale. They are also one of the biggest, if not the biggest in America, silver whales. We showed the proof of that on this channel already. These 2025, right, coins, if you could see here, right here, notice it says early release. These are not supposed to be released yet. Matter of fact, they already been started jumping the gun around 2024. And now we are in 2025. They still was not supposed to be released yet. Look at it right there. You see where it says early release. This is a 2025 coin. Now, one day I was talking to a good friend of mine that helped me out when I need to help people give them information with the at-cost metals, Shanna. And I was speaking with my next homeboy on the line, and she ended up spilling the beans. I know she tried to backtrack, but it was too late. I think I told y'all about this before, because she really wasn't supposed to release that the coins is running out of the vaults, which we already knew this, but we didn't know how serious this is. And I'm talking about all the vaults all around America, everywhere. That's why when you put your order in for silver that you need to get, that's supposed to be coming, excuse me, people, from the UK, they will tell you it takes 8 weeks to fulfill your order because they do not have the silver. Now, well, the amount of silver possible. Now, let's go back to at-cost metals. With at-cost metals, this is the thing. They will give you something else because the same thing applies to them too. It's no different. The thing with at-cost metals, what I deal with them is you're getting it cheaper than Costco or anywhere else, right? AntMex anywhere. Like that friend of mine went and sell it to AntMex, and AntMex says, stick them up. And she was like, but I bought these at a lower price. This is worth more now. They're like, we don't want to hear that. This is the value, take it or leave it. At least at-cost metals give you just at spot price. And they will buy your junk gold or junk silver. Junk gold and junk silver, believe it or not, is your jewelry or, broken jewelry, whatever the case may be. The same way how you see China putting this stuff in there, it tests the gold. The first time I knew about the gold tester or silver tester, or let me just say precious metal tester, is through Brother Divine. He put me on to that. So you'll take basically, like if you wanted to test if this was silver, the high quality of it, you would put it in that machine. As you put it in that machine, it scans it and give you all the components. Very advanced. Very, very advanced. That's what they're doing. And now that though the trade war is going on between Xi Jinping and President Trump, right? Donald Trump and Xi Jinping going at it, China and America. They are ramping this up because now there's a race to the blockchain. That's why China been buying up so much XRP, but they also been buying up a lot of Ethereum. But then America is doing the same thing too. They are no longer going to be able to hold back on the silver. They have no choice. They need it for the equipment. They've ran out. They have ran out. It's like a faucet dripping. Okay? I need y'all to understand that. Y'all might not take this as importance, but this is very important. Now, let's go into the ETH ETF, spot ETF. America wasn't the first one to make the ETH spot ETF. That's why now America's playing catch up. Because remember, in the documentary Rigged from the Start, I played for you, it showed how China jumped into Ethereum early. Keep that in mind. So this is spot Bitcoin ETF showing only 8 countries globally for now. And this was in 2023. So Canada had a jump on the spot ETF. And look how much money was looking to be poured in. Now this one is the Europe and Canada leading Ethereum ETF market with 98% market share. This is from since February 2024. Europe, once again, had a jump. Look, this ain't me. This is the data. This light blue is the futures ETF assets. This darker one is the spot ETF assets. You do know when they have the spot ETF, they have to have the actual physical, or this, in this case, that actual digital currency, right? So Europe been jumping ahead, throwing millions, and now it should be billions by now, because mind you, this is February 2nd, 2024. This one is Canada. Look at the amount of money Canada poured in. Mind you, we have a Brazilian spot Ethereum ETF. This is Brazil. This is when the United States just had the futures. That's why you see no dark blue. But look at that line. Then you have Hong Kong, Australia, and Malaysia. Well, in more recent charts, Hong Kong has stepped the game up dramatically. I need y'all to understand this opportunity that you have, especially while markets is down, certain things you could do. You need to jump on this right away. The reason why, and I'm going to put the at cost metals link in here again. And again, when I do shows like this, I don't get that much views on this. But other people will be crying soon. They will use this type of videos in the archives of archives to look back on. And when your grandchildren ask you if you'll be able to get a spouse, to have a child, to have grandchildren, or if you're already in that stage already, they will look back and ask you, what were you doing when silver was the price it was in 2025? When Ethereum was the price it was in 2025? When XRP was the price it was in 2025? When Bitcoin was the price it was in 2025? And gold, mind you, we done hit all-time highs recently. You are going to have to live with yourself and answer that question as you look in the mirror and you put on clown makeup. At cost metals, in order to offload into the at cost metals, they first off, I did a whole video on it, but let me give you a quick recap. They're giving you way more for your money. You're spending way less when you're buying the actual silver and gold. We have a huge shortage on the gold dollar, the gold dollar eagles and the silver dollar eagles. As particularly the silver, because they have ran out on a huge amount of silver. So you got COMEX. A lot of them will get the silver now and melt it down. You know, you got AmpMex and you got COMEX. Look it up. And what they are doing, after they melt it down, then they push it out to you. Of course, that is over now. The regular retail investor, in case you don't know who the regular retail investor is, I want you to go stand up and go in front of the mirror. Yes, you. Is the US retail investor is at least 10 years behind in the gold and silver ownership in America. Mind you, 10 years ago, I already showed you the article from 10 years ago. Remember that? That was 10 years ago that they already told you there was a huge shortage on silver. But y'all don't seem to comprehend what I'm saying. This is not something to take lightly. This is not something to just brush over. I'm giving y'all this information for a reason. The United States is playing catch up. That's why they're rushing now to make it where you could stake the Ethereum spot ETF. Because I believe in Hong Kong, Australia, and Brazil, they allow you to stake it. In order to stake it, you really have to have the actual coin if you're in the United States of America. They're looking to change it up now. So what's going to happen when they push for the tokenization? Not only that, when XRP and Ethereum start taking over the credit card payments because of faster rails moving cheaper. Remember, Ethereum is making the smart contracts prices too high. That's where the XRPL comes in. Remember, they're saying Bitcoin is a store of value. You know how long it takes to send Bitcoin sometimes, and then the transaction. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. That's why you have to see the video of where they're using Bitcoin or Ethereum on the XRP rails to send it speedily and dirt cheap. Soon you'll see the rise of wrapped XRP. Now, one of the major things is a lot of people will not have the proper opportunity and know-how on how to offload these assets or create interest off of these assets. Come back to gold and that friend of mine that I told you about, along with the silver, particularly that the silver that was worth so much money because she bought it so cheap so long ago. And they dissed her. She did not remember to get up on the at-cost metals. When she contacted at-cost metals and they told her, yeah, how much you got? Yeah, we'll give you this much. Her heart sank. Her heart sank. Mind you, you become a member, I think it's the 3-year membership. And some people will be like, well, why I got to become a member? Really, it's not really you're paying for the membership. Because when you do the membership, they send you like I told you before, like how much stacks, I think 6 silver coins, something like that. I can't remember offhand. You're really paying for the silver. Okay? Or you could do the 1-year membership, or you could just buy from there. But if you're a member, you get it cheaper. And not only that, you get to offload it. So all that is way cheaper than being a member of Costco and buying the silver in Costco. That's a fact. I already told y'all this. I'm going to put the link up for you again. Okay? And the link, you see it's right there. I put it in the chat. For the people that's not watching me live right now, you are going to see this pinned in the description. There is a merger. You know what? Just for recap. XRP and precious metal. XRP backed with precious metals.
According to
it's a reason why.
In a major step for the tokenization of traditional assets, the XRP ledger is welcoming the launch of new stablecoins backed by gold and silver. Mel Gold, a company known for its tokenization innovations, has introduced these stablecoins through a partnership with Ripple, a prominent U.S. fintech company.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you, no gatekeeping. We go here. You see? Go here. Coin Trust. XRP Ledger embraces precious metals backed stable coins with Mel Gold partnership. How many of y'all heard about this? And this article is 2024. Of course, I could show you way older articles, right? This is what's happening now. While you are there worried about Trump and how much you don't like Trump, and I don't like how he talks to me. This is how goofy I'll be looking. I don't like how he talks to me. And the tariffs, and he's bringing down the market. Some of y'all don't even own crypto or stocks. And you should be glad that it's being brought down because his buddies, the bankers and everything, they're buying it all up. This is your buying opportunity to buy up the gold and the silver and everything else. Stop sounding goofy. So let's just read real quick. A major step for tokenization of traditional assets, the XRP ledger, is welcoming the launch of new stablecoins backed by gold and silver. Mel Gold, a company known for its tokenization innovations, has introduced these stablecoins through a partnership with Ripple. Remember, Ripple, for those who don't know, Ripple is the company that owns, or I shouldn't say owns, that's work with their whole system running with the XRP and XRP ledger, right? A prominent US fintech company. This collaboration signals the significant development in the efforts to bridge traditional finance with the digital asset space, offering investors a major source and transparent value for investing in precious metals. According to Mel Gold, each stable coin will be directly backed by 1 gram of either gold or silver, with the asset held by renowned custodians such as MKS PAMP and Imperial Vaults. This structure is designed to provide confidence and trust for investors, ensuring that the value of the tokens is fully supported by physical assets. The innovative aims to cater to the growing demand for safe and transparent investment options in both the traditional and digital market. Let's read on. Mel Gold has already competed. Let me highlight this for y'all so y'all don't say I'm lying. Mel Gold has already completed its first transaction involving tokenized gold and plans to make these assets available to a broad range of investors through October. Remember, this article is for 2024. By combining the intrinsic value of precious metals with the flexibility and transparency of the blockchain technology. This new offering opens up new possibilities for investors who seek diversity who seeks to diversify their portfolio with digital assets backed by physical commodities. XRP Ledger as a platform for tokenized assets. Mel Gold's decision to introduce its precious metals-backed stable coin on XRP Ledger is a strategic move that takes advantage of the platform's advanced capability. XRP ledgers provide a range of features that enhance the potential of tokenized assets, including a decentralized exchange, automated market maker, the DEX, which is the decentralized exchange, DEX, the automated market maker, AMMs, and payment systems. The platform includes, the platform, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? The platform's upcoming Ethereum virtual machine, EVM, sidechain, the sidechain, and money market will also offer additional functionality for users seeking maximum benefits of their tokenized asset. Do you know what this means? Do you know how serious that is, what I just read to you? Do y'all comprehend how not just the scalability, not just the ability for finance, not just the veracity of how fast they're moving in this market. Do you get how they are changing the landscape? Did you just not hear me mention XRP, gold, silver, and Ethereum in the same paragraph? I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to yell. Because if you don't get it at this point, and I got to say it, you're either stupid or you're stupid. Y'all real quiet out there. No comments? Yeah. That's why I told y'all. Y'all think y'all just gonna move y'all assets freely, willy-nilly? Wrong. 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 This is why I've been telling y'all, contact Crypto Pro Life at gmail.com. Let them know Joel Benjamin 528 referred you because you want to get a discount. Let's be real, especially around this time, how everything is moving. You want to make sure you get your discount, right? You let them know Joel Benjamin 528 referred you. Contact Crypto Pro Life at gmail.com. They had on there. You know what? I'm just going to show you this one. I'm not going to gatekeep. I want to show y'all this. I showed y'all it before, but I want to show y'all it now. Did I show y'all it? Look at what Ethereum. This, when I seen how they made the token, the cryptocurrency token, the actual NFT, I said, oh, it's over. It's over. Watch this. No gatekeeping. No gatekeeping. Let me see how I'm at. I'm at the 42-minute mark. Okay. Coin market cap. Let's go. Let's do this. Hold on. Let me remove this. Mystical. This is another one. They put it back on coin market cap, excuse me, on Crypto Pro Life. Look at how this chart, look how it dropped. This is today. This is the day's chart, right? This is the 7-day. Not bad. Up, down, you know. This is the 1 month. Now watch the all-time high. That's the all-time high, people. Almost 2,000. $1,918.79. This is on coin market cap. This is how much it started off at. Like $100, dipped down, went up. This is all in 2024, right? And you go down here, it was 50 something in 2024, dropped down, went up to 300, dropped down again, dropped down again, dropped down again. Now it's at 47. This is a coin. The market cap is still low. Only $306 million market cap. This is a coin. You see? Uniswap V3 base. And a lot of y'all, it's still going to be difficult for y'all to get. This is a coin. When you get this coin, excuse me, this token, this digital asset, you actually get the actual NFT itself. So the NFT is constantly going up in value, and this is on the base network. So the gas fees is still cheap. This is innovation on a whole higher level. Let me show you. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I froze up. I'm giving y'all too much alpha. They don't want me to give y'all the alpha. Look, let's go to the website. This is the mystical website. This is what the NFTs look like. Okay? This is the art. Watch this. Mystical have tools they use to create with. Sometimes they do some tokenizations. It's the magic of blockchain. Really? How so? Look at what they're showing you they're doing. They always started off like this. This technology is being done and used right now. Non-fungible tokens / cryptos. Okay? Now this one, world, underneath our community, there we're building an engine. It means that while we play, we create value in the base blockchain too. Our devs are working on the engine while we chill together. All they're talking about when you go through this, and this is selling people, by the way. Look, mine some world. It's protected by the treasury. Using mining power for protection is good. Maybe you can mine a block. There's 8 each day. Mine a block and get the block rewards. Create your own mining pool with firms. And I'll keep going. Just so you see, they got whirl, swirl, twirl at working together, yada, 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 yada. My point in showing you this is this. While you're playing around and you're sitting back, this is what it's doing. This is what they're doing. They're using XRP and Ethereum combined because they need each other. I don't care how much you don't like XRP. I don't care how much you don't like Ethereum. When I told y'all the do's, when Ethereum dropped to $900 and something, and y'all was like, it's the end of the world. The sky is falling. I said, listen, just keep buying the dip. Buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own. It's a reason why you need to get yourself some Ethereum. Remember, Ethereum is also an asset. When it's used, it's being burnt. I didn't know that. There is a shortage on the exchanges of 3 major assets: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. And I'm telling you, there's not only just a shortage of gold, but there's a major shortage of silver. Matter of fact, let me play this video for you at a certain point. Because you see, when you hear it from me, it's, what the hell does he know? But it hits different when the experts give it to you.
Did you know that some of the biggest marketing...
No problem. I understand. And I'm going to end it with this. This was recorded April 2025. Mind you, we're still in April. And I'm shocked the amount of information he even gave. Watch this. I want to get at what point. Hold on. Let me play at this mark right here. Well, first, listen to what he said. Check what he says, the intro.
Right now, silver in Shanghai is 7.2% higher in Shanghai than in London, and gold futures are only 0.5% higher than they are in London. But
how in Shanghai? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Did y'all hear that? If y'all heard it, please let me know y'all hear the audio. How is that possible? They're buying it up and they're holding it. Yes, Jamie K, you jumping the gun a bit, but now is the time to put the link up for I Trust Capital before I even continue on. The reason why I am putting this link for the I Trust Capital is because you are able to buy. Remember, I told you a lot of y'all won't know how to properly offload your silver. Remember, I told you that. This is not up for debate. Y'all do not know. But I'll help y'all. I'll help y'all. Check this out. Change the view. When you have your silver in a Roth IRA or your gold, and in the iTrust, they give you, I think the minimum is $25. You could literally buy $25 worth of silver or $25 worth of gold. And that $25 miraculously worth of silver or gold, whichever one, turn into $2,500K. Is nothing they could do. I don't care if it turns into 25 million. Once you have the Roth IRA for 5 years at least, and you hit 59 and a half years of age, is nothing they can do to you. It's completely tax-free. This is where you should also be buying your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and especially your XRP. Here's the link. Before, when I was telling y'all about this, they were starting you off at just $2,500. Then they were starting you off at $500. Now it's $1,000 to even start and open it. And then after that, every time you go put money in, it's about the minimum is $250 every time you go put money in, nothing less than that. And for the year, you only had, depending on your age, you only are allowed to put up to $7,000 in your crypto Roth IRA or your gold and silver Roth IRA. If you're a bit older, they let you put the maximum amount, $8,000. Here is the link. Y'all have no excuse. I've been told y'all sign up and set it up before they change the rules on y'all. And when I say change the rules, meaning you're not part of the club. You're not allowed to come in here. Because you're going to have to learn It's only a matter of time before they'll be able to take your digital asset through tokenization. I just showed you that. Or your physical asset, the gold and silver, and tokenize it on into the crypto or gold and silver Roth IRA. Okay? And for those that haven't got crypto yet, you need to sign up. Here you go. I'm going to give y'all a Coinbase link. All right. There it is. See, I can't say y'all didn't know. And for my Rumble audience, it will be pinned in the comment section as well. Also YouTube. Now watch this video. Watch this. Let me cook.
This higher premium.
Let's jump to, yes, massive silver deliveries. We're going to break this
gold
down.
is much higher, also trying to arbitrage all of that over. So you'll continue to see it happen, but it's as if the LBMA has gotten a little bit wise to it. Right now, silver in Shanghai is 7.2% higher in Shanghai than in London, and gold futures are only 0.5% higher than they are in London. But this higher premium, this arbitrage, again, is trying to entice what is left on the shelves to be moved over, whether it be to Shanghai or whether it be to COMEX. The trend is to take physical possession, and it's not stopping. Only on American Eagle so far, there was a big bullion bank in New York, according to my sources, that bought up a tremendous amount of the U.S. Mint allocation. And the U.S. Mint has hardly made any silver eagles, really, since Trump was inaugurated. So
what's that? The U.S. Mint hardly made any silver eagles since Trump has been inaugurated. See it? What does this say? This is a 2025 coin. MS70, particularly. Early release. Early release. They had no choice but to release it early because they've been running out of the 2022. They was really trying to hold on to that. The 2023s and the 2024s. But they're buying it all up, and JP Morgan Chase Ben had a jump on this. We're breaking this down. Let's continue.
Yes, in both gold and silver on the Eagles, we are. It's bound to happen quickly across the entire spectrum. The first thing that happens typically just did happen, and that is that the backdates disappear. In other words, a lot of times you can buy coins that were issued from last year or beyond at a discount. Some of the online companies try and tell you that they should be traded at a premium. I always sell them as a discount. And we had a lot of them. We were sitting on inventory that much of the industry was choking on for quite some time, as we had for quite some time from the election all the way, even going back a year with the Mag 7 and the rise in NVIDIA and Bitcoin and Apple and all of this stuff. The premiums collapsed and the dealers were choking on inventory, and then came Trump wins the election, and there's euphoria, and there's this new Trump trade and the risk on trade. And then came the 2025 allocations, where all the dealers like myself need to spend millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars buying the current stuff. The 2025 Eagles, Maple Leafs, Buffaloes, Philharmonics.
You heard what he said? They had a large amount. The election came. That's all the other countries panicking. And the back date ones, the 2022s, the 2023s, the 2024s, they start buying them up. Now he has to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars because he's considered one of them top huge dealers, expert in this game. They have to pay big amount of money to try to get a hold of the 2025 because you'll be lucky by 2026 when I told you Trump is looking to push it on the silver and gold standard, the US dollar. Side note, let me tell you something. Y'all might not want to hear this. You might not like what I said, but it's the truth. Stable coins is a fancy name for CBDC. I know y'all excited about the RLUSD, the Ripple stable coin, and how it will help boost up XRP, which is all true. But that stable coin, as many other stable coins, are CBDCs, central bank digital currencies in disguise. I dare anybody to try to challenge me on that. You're going to lose every freaking time. If you even try to challenge me on that, you're either stupid or you stupid at this point. With all the information I done showed you. So you have to know how to move your assets properly when that time comes. There is certain cryptos that you are going to need to have and certain things set up like the iTrust I just gave you, the iTrust Capital. All right. You got to know where to store your stuff, all this. And then you got to know where to get the right price of when you actually do have the physical assets, but you don't have the Roth IRA, or you're at a limit within your Roth IRA to put into there. That's where the at-cost metals come into play.
Kangaroos, both gold, both silver, different sizes. I mean, you spend a fortune, and if you don't do that, then you drop down the pecking order very quickly on the big distributors, on the mints. If you're not there to take your allocations, well, they're not very happy. And when good stuff comes around, or when stuff's hard to get, you're not at the top of the list. So you have
meaning, get the hell out of here, brokey. You's a brokey. Why are you here? You're on the lower totem pole. You're not even on the totem pole. There's a pecking order. And you are the worm. And these are the roosters. And they're going to peck at you. You will become food. And even the little bit that you do have, if you manage just to get a little bit because you wasn't paying attention and doing what you did, you'll be priced out. And when you're ready to try to sell, they're like, no. Who are you? Where you come from? Where's your credentials? Now with at-cost metals, you're part of at-cost metals, and they take it below spot value. Just a pinch of spot value, higher than anybody else is giving you. It's common sense. Or you set up your crypto /silver /gold Roth IRA. You have to cover all your bases. This is crunch time. Andre Allah says they don't want to believe stable coins are just CBDCs because they think stable coins /RLUSD XRP is the savior. They're sadly mistaken. Let me go back.
and all of this inventory coming in, premiums collapsing as a result of it, well, that backlog has pretty much been filtered out. And so I would argue that we are very close to seeing premiums across the board move much higher. And it's important to understand that my whole career, premiums were a function of production and distribution, where, you know, you take a blank piece of gold and silver, you stamp it, you put it in tubes, send in boxes, and send them out to the distributors. And like, as one of 27 U.S. Mint authorized resellers, if you buy $50 million worth of gold eagles from the U.S. Mint, they're going to charge you 3.2 or 3.3% over the price of gold to buy them. That's zero. That's your cost, and then anything above that is the profit. Well, you know, the same thing would be true of silver eagles. Most of my career, they were $2.80 over the price of a silver or so. So that's what we would buy them back from the public for. We would sell them for $3.39 over or whatnot. During the pandemic, I would have paid people 11, 12, 13 over spot for over 3 years to buy those silver eagles. I would have paid people over $200 over spot to buy gold eagles. So we saw it transition to more of a supply demand relationship with premium. I believe very strongly that is where we will ultimately go again, because the public in large, the retail public, has been absent from the accumulation of gold and silver, which is being wickedly accumulated by the most well-informed traders in the world. Starts up here and it will trickle down just by the very fact that getting.
You will be priced out. It's been wickedly accumulated. The retail investor ain't the retail investor, you ain't been up on what's going on and paying attention. I just showed you the link between silver, gold, Ethereum, and XRP. Show me another channel that's doing that. I'm over my hour mark. It's already at 1 hour and 7 minutes. Of course, it got way more I could show you and break down for you. But anytime you're in doubt, remember this article right here. Okay? Where I showed you exactly how they're using XRP, Ethereum to move gold and silver. And this is a very good article. It gets even deeper. This one right here is really going to blow your mind, this part. See what that says? Ripple continued expansion with RLUSD. This partnership is not only significant development for Ripple and the XRP ledger in the realm of stable coins. Ripple Labs has recently launched its RLUSD stablecoin on the XRP ledger, making an important milestone for the company. RLUSD aims to enhance the utility of XRP by making it more attractive asset, making it a more attractive asset for both individuals and institutional investors. The stablecoin is currently in its private phase, available on the XRP ledger and Ethereum mainnet. Now we know this coin is already out. Remember, I told y'all, why would Ripple put that stable coin also on it? Why would Ripple put the XRP stable coin known as the RLUSD on the Ethereum system as well? And why would Ethereum even want to allow that? They're working together. Joel Benjamin 528, aka Big Money Benjamin. I'm gonna put the link in for y'all one more again. If y'all haven't signed up to Course Metals yet, now is your time. I know some of y'all might live in Canada or other states, and wink, wink, some of y'all need a workaround. Contact me. But for y'all that are here in America, just shoot me a text, 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. For y'all who haven't got the cryptoprolife@gmail.com yet, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. You're going to contact cryptoprolife@gmail.com and you're going to tell them Joel Benjamin 528 referred you. Okay? Then we're going to make sure you get this. I'm giving you the link. One more again for Course Metals. Okay? You're going to go up in Course Metals and you're going to sign up. You're going to set your stuff off right. That's the Course Metal link. Then I'm also going to give you the Facebook, not Facebook, the iTrust link. You're going to click this link, because clicking this link, you'll be hooked up. You'll be hooked up well. You know, Joel Benjamin 528 always hook you up. You're going to click that link and you're going to make sure you sign up, because time is of the essence. Okay? Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl where your mother or your father is looking at you and say, I can't believe that I gave birth to someone so stupid and stupid. Don't be that guy or gal. Don't be that person. Your children or your great-grandchildren will look at you when the time comes and be like, how could you not get in on this biggest transformation of wealth when it was time? How could you have been so stupid and stupid? Mommy, daddy, grandpa, grandma. Don't be that person. Joel Benjamin 528, aka Big Money Benjamin.